Good morning everybody, welcome to Clayton Art Club. I hope you're doing well. So today we're going to be doing some sculpting death mask. Hopefully the stream's coming through and the sound sounds okay. It is detecting some drops, which is annoying, so if the stream is coming through pretty bad, please tell me and I'll have a quick look and see what I can do. But anyway, today we're going to be using New Plast, which is like a modelling plasticine. It's really good. I've used it quite a few times before, and what I'm doing is I'm just being able to get it nice and soft. Basically it's an oil, so you can use it and use it forever. Hey Matthew. Hey Matthew. Onto there. So the yet. Anyway, I'm just warming these up, getting them nice and warm. And what I'm doing is the warmth from my hand, and my hands are going orange as well. The warmth from my hands is warming up the oil and making it all soft and squidgy. When we used to do it in the art room, we used to stick it on the radiator. Or what you can do is you can put a plate over a little jug of boiling water. That can really soften it up quite quick. But I've left it in room temperature for a bit and it's nice and warm and soft, so it's better for modelling. So if you had bought any of my kits that I made, is that one? I don't know if you remember a couple of months ago, but anyway, those ones had some of this stuff in as well. And you can buy it off Amazon. It's not expensive stuff in as well. And you can buy it off Amazon. It's not expensive stuff in as well. And you can buy it off Amazon. It's not expensive. Hopefully, if you just bear with me. So hopefully the stream's coming through okay. I'm just really trying to warm this up so I can show you. Anyway, this is what it looks like. You can get it on Amazon. It's non-toxic. It's basically like plasticine, but it's a little bit better than the rubbishy plasticine anyway. So I'll just show you some of the tools I've got. So I've got a nice pokey tool. I mean, you could use a skewer or a cocktail stick. I've got a nice curvy tool there. Got a little visitor coming. I can hear him thundering up the stairs, coming to talk to me, my little boy. There's a little knifey blade kind of thing, but it's not actually that sharp. I've got a little gougey tool that can take like what do you call it? Take like gouges out. Got another pointy tool, and I've got one of these. Now, if you can't afford or you don't want to spend lots of money on expensive sculpting tools, what you can do is you can go down to Morrison's and buy icing tools, which are like basically dirt cheap, and they're used for designing cakes and stuff. So they're like baking sculpting tools for like icing and stuff. They're like a quid, £1.50 or £5 max probably, and they're dirt cheap and they work as well. Not this. There's one over here as well. But anyway, this one's quite a cool one. It's got it's got a shaped end there, and it's got a bit of a sharper cutting tool. But you can make your own out of wire. If you get a bit of wire, a stiff wire, bend it into the shape you want, and maybe fasten it on like that. You could make your own little beastie. Is the stream coming through, Matthew? Are you able to tell me if it's looking all right or if it's terrible or if it keeps glitching out? It's just helpful to know. Anyway, we're gonna be making an Egyptian death mask, which is based just so that it's. And I'm just gonna. I've picked up over the years about sculpting, so. I've got some orange, which is going to be the main colour because it's a gold for the inlays, things like the eyes, the eyebrows, the lines that are in the head. So I'm probably going to need a bit more of this, but I'm just going to try and stick it on the table. And we might zoom in a bit, just a little bit. Okay. So I'm going to do that away. Yes, but you keep repeating Amazon. Oh. I do apologise. It seems to be coming through on my phone okay, so I'm going to assume that it's okay. So I basically squidged it down. This is going to be his neck area. Can have a flat bottom. This is going to be his chin. And what I'm doing in terms of sculpting is, if I'm doing a symmetrical face, then I'm using two fingers at the same time to try and keep things symmetrical. So I'm just at the moment getting a base shape, and then I'm going to start adding more bits. And I'm just going to start sculpting that chin shape there. I'm just using my fingers and thumbs just to get a base shape really first. And what you can do is you can stroke your plasticine. That's a really good way of buffing it and making it smooth. So if you've got areas that you just want to get rid of some of those lumps and bumps that happen from when you're squeezing it, you can just rub it lightly. So I am looking at a picture of it because which is over there, so it's important to have reference, even if it's not the exact of what you're making, just to get a rough idea of. So I want to differentiate the chin from the neck, and I will trim that down. At the moment it's got a bit of a flat behind, but his shoulders are going to come here. I might even put them in now. So I'm just going to put his shoulders, put his shoulders, put his shoulders, I think. Because also his headdress is going to come down like this over the top of his shoulders, so it doesn't matter too much what we have here. So I'm going to get onto the cutty tool, and I'm just going to go behind, and I'm going to cut out the bit I don't scuff up my table, but I probably will, but it doesn't matter, it's for art. And I'm going to keep those little bits because little bits are handy for things like noses. So that is my rough shape, and hopefully look awesome. I have done a few of these little before. If you've ever come to the art room, you've probably seen an Iron Man lying around and a few other little mini sculpts that I've made. So trying to get the neck nice and shapely. So that's the base. Maybe it needs to be a bit lower. Let me just have a look at the picture. Let me just have a look at the picture. Let me just have a look at the picture. Okay, so let's get on to the shaping of the face. So with faces, you have as much I like to start with a cross on the face. And let's just do a double cross down the face, and that way that's where the eyes are going to be. There's going to be a nose, so let's just give myself a little bit of a guide roughly, and then the chin goes there. And if you don't have plasticine on hand, you can obviously do it with drawing at the same time. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the gougey tool and to just gouge out the eyes area. and already starting to look a bit more like a face, I think. What do you think, Matthew? Or anyone else watching? What do you think? I think this looks... Looks a bit skull-like at the moment. And I'm just going to start shaping that out. I think we're back. Seems like we're dropping a lot of frames at the moment. I do apologise if it's being a little bit annoying. What is on with this thing today? I do not know. I had the same problem last week, and I just try and see if that makes sense. I'm also going to turn on the light in the background because it's getting a bit dark. Oh, that's better. Right, is that more stable? It looks a bit more stable. So I'm just going to start shaping the nose a bit. Frog in my throat. Just a reminder that there is an art club you can come to this afternoon, which is if you look on Clayton Art Club, you can see the sessions under the Book When link. You have to obviously be located in Bradford. Both in the same log. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. That's cool. So Nick and Matthew are both watching, which is cool. And it's... So we're just... And this might end up changing this just to... Can we use normal modelling clay for this? Yes, you can use normal modelling clay. Let me just see who said that. Yes, you can use normal modelling clay. You can use anything you like. Or the new plast stuff, this stuff. You can get it off Amazon and that like. But yeah, you can use whatever you like. That's all you have on hand. You can even use the wax from if you get... Baby Bell or anything like that. So I'm just trying to get the shape around the nose, trying to do it a bit at both sides at the same time a little bit, just to get that nice. Obviously I don't have gold modelling clay, but I'm going to reshape this chin as well because he's got quite a lot of... They're going to do a little shape there. If it's a bit dark I can... I can't lower the camera to be any closer. If that's too... Can't tell what's better. To just flatten areas. I'm going to go in at the nose because it kind of protrudes a bit, and then we really want to get in there for the mouth. So I'm just digging in with this like sickle shaped thing, and then I'm going to actually put a little sausage. So if you want to make a sausage, you just put a bit of plasticine in and you roll it in one direction, you get a sausage shape. If you want to get a ball, you do it in a circular motion, you get a little ball. Okay, so I'm going to put a little bit, put a little bit of lip above and a little bit below. And that looks a bit dorky at the moment, but it'll get there. I want to bring those lips in there, smoothing it out. And at the moment that's gonna stroke it again to just buff out some of those things that we've done. So I'm going to add like a C shape here and then merge that in, and the same for the other side. And I'm just doing two hands just to straighten things out. And then I'm going to add a bit of chin shape. And we're going to shape this chin a bit more. A bit more forward, because kind of squished my lips there a bit, but we're getting there. And you take the lips off and move them down, and we're going to put a top lip above it that we're going to smooth in. I think so. I want to go bring the bottom lips down a bit. Lips are hard to do. Still looking okay. Just looking at the stream on my phone. we're going to do is we're going to do the eyes. Oh, I do apologise if this is looking really... The stream's not coming through correctly. I do apologise. We'll come back to that bit in a moment. Well, the way you can do ears is if you see where the go back. I think these need to be a bit smaller, so I'm going to do, I'm going to put it there, and I'm going to cut it out. And I use a nice soft tool like this, hole for the ear, just gouge. Use my nails and my thingy to just neaten it. Do the other ear, stick it on the other side. And I can neaten that up in a minute. Just want to make sure it's attached. It does look like a too high, and it's lost its shape because I didn't do it the same way. Because you can live and you can learn. So let's cut out the shape of the ear. Just looking from above to try and get what I'm doing now is I'm just going to make the parts of his head, and I'm just making it nice and flat. There's like a ridge here and here, so we're going to start like that. Edge is really nice and neat. We'll come back in and do the detail on the face in a moment. The tools are wobbling around like anything. And then I'm just making this. Just needs a bit of attaching from behind. Blending that in, attaching it here below the ear. Right. What I'm going to try and do is adjust the camera so that we can be a little bit closer, guys. And I'll just sort out the focus. Good, and okay, I think that's a bit better. You can see what we're doing now. Move that up a smidge. I can still zoom in and out a little bit, so that should hopefully look a bit better. Or you can just see everything I've done wrong. Either way. So what I'm doing now, bringing this cloth forward. I'm just making like a curl shape, flattening the edge with the edge of my thumb. The softer this is as well, the less finger fatigue you're going to get. I'm going to wrap it around like this, but join it there. So I might need to put some support stuff behind. Just going to stick a sausage behind. I think that needs to come forward a bit more like that, so we need a bit more behind. Still coming through. Just going to try and preempt these shoulders. Now let's hope I can do the same. Shape as I did before. My internet is having a right wobble at the moment. I do again apologise. It's absolutely doing my head in. Why? Oh, it's good. Oh, is it good? Oh, okay. Just not convinced sometimes. Need to put a bit more support behind because to hold up that bit, because it's actually quite beef up the light as well, just for myself actually. In just here needs a bit more support. There's an occasional jump, but the internet is a bit intermittent this morning. Yeah, I don't know what's, that's the comment that just, yeah, used to work perfectly and not working perfectly, and it's very irritating. What I'm doing is I'm holding my piece over the other piece just to try and get it at least similar shape. Tuck the back in. I'm going to fill that piece in so it looks like, I think when we put the blue on it's going to look good as well. I mean, this isn't bad for just under an hour's work. If you guys give this a spin, I'd love to see what you guys come up with, even if you just do a drawing instead. And let's get that in there. Just want to move that over actually, so it kind of look. We're doing it alongside. Mine's definitely needs some work, yeah. Well, I'd love to see it. I'm gonna squish those ears down a bit actually, because yeah, I need to work on the area behind it. But it's all right. To be fair, the ears are an accessory at the moment because it's just a mask, but So I just want to So, you know the blue eyeliner that the Egyptians wear? I was reading in one of the kids' books, because we're basically doing Egypt at the moment as one of our home education projects at the moment. And the blue eyeliner that they wear is actually to keep the insects away from their eyes, which I thought was really clever. I just thought they liked mascara, but no, it's apparently to keep the insects away from their eyes, which I thought was pretty smart. So that's not smooth at all. And I want to do that ridge again. Just a neat line. Butter knives are really good for this, because it's got a nice flat edge. Death masks were actually made of lapis lazuli, or some kind of blue glass stone kind of thing. It's not brilliant, it's a bit floppy. I think the guy who made Tutankhamun's mask would have taken a lot longer to make it than I have. So excuse. I'm going to give him a bit less of a double chin thing as well. Let's get rid of that extra material. Take a bit of time to smoothen out all. As you can see, sculpting takes a bit of time, a bit longer than expected, but it's okay. And you can spend hours, and I mean smoothing and buffing these things. So I'm doing it with 2 fingers, one on each side at the same time, and that way you're kind of applying the same amount to both sides. I'm going to push the material up so that I get a neat line, and I haven't forgotten to put the ears back on. Right, let's get a fact, I'm going to do that bit in blue because they have. It's going to work a little bit more on the lips. I'm going to bring the lips together. Lapis. Someone's asked something about lapis. Lapis lazuli. I think that's what they used for the glass. I might be wrong. I'm sure I read it somewhere. These are big lips. Maybe he's posing for a selfie, so he's got big lips. Oh, lapis, yeah. I don't know how to spell it. Doing a bit more of a groove around the chin, so it looks a bit more I'm going to use this tool because it's a bit subtler and you can rub it over. Some blue going. I want to use this. This is quite a wide tool, so larger areas. You can just rub it down and get effect. Not happy with that little crevice in there. I might fill it in actually. There we go. Fill that area in. And then re-carve it, if you know what I mean. Like that. Looks a lot better. Right, so let's do the chin. So the chin is like a sausage shape, like a sausage shape, like a sausage shape. And I'm going to chop the top off so it'll attach to the dough. And then just do a little bit of blending to make it attach. And I want the blue, so I'm just going to push the orange back. And I'm just going to roll a sausage very neatly, if I can. Just wrap that better. Go all the way around it. Loose specks anywhere I don't want them. Angled back. How are we doing, everybody? On. So the ears are like that. Up a bit. One, two, three, four. Two, two, two. One, two. One, two, three. One, two, three. Two. One, two, three. One, two, three. Now, some very, very fine work. So I'm rolling really fine eyebrows. Chop them in half. And I pick it up with the end of the thing and just have a look. I want to pinch the end a bit. And I'm just going to press down exactly where I want them to go. And let's have a look at the other one, see if it's the same length. And for the eyes, I'm going to make a big hole. Okay, now we're almost there. We're going over a bit, but don't know if you can see this. And let's get it into position. Maybe use my other one. It's basically a really long thin sausage that's just folded in on itself, and then and I'm just pushing it back to reveal the orange underneath. I want there to be a gap, so let's they almost look like glasses, don't they? Oh. And it also shows me that the ears are way too high, but I can't bother to change that now. So now I'm just going to quickly finish off by putting some long strands, just laying them in those grooves. If you're planning on not keeping your sculpt, then I'd recommend, it's quite hard to separate once you've mixed them in. Okay. That one's a bit too thick, I think, but never mind. I keep losing them. Just check the YouTube comments. Nope, done that. one off, make it thinner. Until I'm it's better. I'm not going to do these perfectly. Can't even pick it up. Okay. Right. Get in there, mister. He does look like he's wearing glasses though, doesn't it? Maybe I'd peel them off and make them a bit thinner. I don't know if you've got time to watch me do this all day. I've got things to do as well. Right. One. It's fun, isn't it? I love sculpture. And I think I'm almost there. Sorry. So distracted. Last bit going on. Tweak some of these broken bits. Normally just there, so we could do that. Ouch. On for hours. I've just seen the time. Get a bit extra today because we're so get rid of some of them double chins just by stroking it smooth. Use this one as well. So you buff it clean as you just rub it, but just make sure you haven't got blue on your fingers, which I have, so I've just contaminated it a bit. I'm gonna clean up those ears a bit. Covering it up. Yeah, maybe a little bit on the lip. Sorry, perfectionist-ish. I've gone and mucked up the lips, but never mind. Opening it. Right, guys, I am going to call it a day there now. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm sorry about the live stream. Right, thank you so much for coming. There's still a few spaces on the comic art today where you can come and do some alcohol marker artwork. If you want to come to the one making is full, but there is some spaces on the leather carving. So things like this, which is leather made, or there's a few other things I've made. There's a few pictures on the pages, so if you've seen it, awesome. Thank you. Awesome. Thank you. Later. Thank you so much for coming. I always appreciate you guys and your support, and I hope you guys have learnt something from King Tutankhamun death mask, because... And I'll see you next time.